Developments in the murder case against a Reading man accused of killing his missing wife. We'll tell you what happened during Tyler McCain's day in court. Plus, Butte County sees its first reported West Nile virus death of a human. We'll bring you the details, the first this season. New at 6, a big investment in agriculture technology at Chico State. What a more than $1 million grant will be used for. And new fencing is up around Chico's City Hall. We'll show you why city leaders hope it will increase safety and protect public spaces.
Covering Northern California. You're watching Action News Now. Coverage you can count on.
New developments, a judge and courtroom have been assigned for the preliminary hearing of Tyler McCain, the man accused of killing his missing wife, Nikki McCain. Today was his readiness conference before his plea hearing and preliminary hearings set to begin Tuesday. McCain was arrested last week, 15 months after the disappearance of his wife, Nikki. He's charged with 1 count of murder and a special circumstance that the murder was committed with the intent to prevent testimony in a domestic violence case. Nikki's body has never been found, but the DA says evidence was found in her pickup, including an apparent blood stain and items with McCain's DNA. New fences have been added around the Chico City Hall building. Action News Now reporter Bea Barbosa joins us live from City Hall. So, Bea, city officials say these fences are a part of an effort to increase security measures, right?
That's right, Alan. There are 3 new fences that have recently been added around City Hall here behind me in an effort to promote security, but also to protect public spaces from being damaged or vandalized in any way. The newest of which is just behind me here. Take a look. This fence behind me surrounds the entire fish fountain, but it's only just a few feet tall. For reference, I'm about 5 foot tall, and it comes up about to just below my shoulder. So it's not a very tall fence, but it is there to protect the fountain, which city officials say is a piece of public art. Now, the newest fence is not very tall, but other new additions are much taller surrounding the building. The fencing around the back side of the building goes around the outside of the room where the city council holds closed session, a security measure that Councilmember Addison Winslow tells me ensures those meetings run smoothly. City officials tell me that the fences are being used to promote security and deter people from spending time there. But with the ongoing legal challenges at the statewide level, enforcing this will prove challenging. And as the building's awning provides shelter year-round from rain and sun, Councilmember Winslow says he wants to make sure that the city is doing more than just removing people.
Like, make sure that people have a place to be out of the rain, and it doesn't have to be in that's one that's going to obstruct our use of public building, Think of it from that perspective, where we can have like fair enforcement of these areas where there really is like a negative impact to like actual functions or other people's enjoyment of public space. By making sure that there is something there, that people's needs are met, And in the case of just staying out of the rain or staying out of the sun, it's like that is something that all year round we have an issue like that.
Winslow says that these fences come 2 years after the council began discussions surrounding security measures and is just a continuation of this effort. The cost for all 3 of these fences and security measures that come with them comes out to about $28,000. Now, that money is coming from the city's general fund, and again, it is a continuation of those efforts that they have been talking about since 2023. Reporting live in Chico, I'm Bea Barbosa, Action News Now.
Thank you, Bea. And Councilmember Winslow also says that he looks forward to working with the ad hoc committee on homelessness to come up with solutions to the root of the issue, he says. Now, a live look from our Alert California camera looking at Mount Shasta there. Always a beautiful scene. Not a lot of white on the mountain at this time of year. Chief Meteorologist Howie Gordon joins us now. I suppose that's because it's pretty hot lately, Howie.
Yeah, we're going to see more of that snow and ice melt away as temperatures once again head into the triple digits and for a good portion of the week after Labor Day weekend. All right, here's what we have right now. We're sitting at the mid to upper 90s. We did reach 100 in Reading today. The lone spot will pretty much be widespread 100s by tomorrow across the valley. Right now in Chester, we're at 85, a little bit more comfortable. But even in some of these higher elevations by tomorrow and through the weekend, going to be really on the hot side or uncomfortable side. You'll have to rely on other forms of relief. Here's our winds, slightly breezy, but they're looking to come down by tomorrow. Here's what we have for relative humidity. We're on that dry side, and we're going to stay on that dry side for a good portion of the week. Again, Happy Labor Day. This is what we're looking at. Going to be a hot one. Going to be a dry one, though, so that's good. Let's look at the 3 days into Monday. Here's what we got. So very, very hot, and that's going to last beyond the weekend. We'll talk more about that in a few minutes, Alan.
Thanks, Howie. Butte County Public Health is reporting the first West Nile human West Nile death in our area this year. And Action News Now reporter Shadi Pullen joins us now. And this was a relatively young person in their 30s or 40s, we're hearing.
Yes, that's right, Alan. And unfortunately, they did succumb to their illness. Now, according to the Butte County Public Information Officer, Lisa Almaguer, the county's first confirmed human case of the West Nile virus was confirmed on August 14th. The Public Health Department says the person who died developed a severe illness due to the virus with neurologic symptoms.
20% of people will have a mild to moderate illness who get infected, and it'll be flu-like, so maybe some light fever, body aches, chills, they're tired. They can recover at home with over-the-counter meds, with lots of fluids and rest, and under 1% of people who become infected develop what we call a severe West Nile virus infection, and that can include some neurological symptoms, hospitalization, and in some cases, the person can succumb to their illness.
West Nile virus is transmitted by mosquitoes, and Almaguer says you can reduce the risk of the infection by practicing the 3 Ds. Use a mosquito repellent that includes DEET. Remember that mosquitoes transmit West Nile bite in the early morning and evening, so wear proper clothing and repellent if you're outside at dusk or dawn, and make sure to drain all sources of standing water on your property, including flower pots, old car tires, rain gutters, pet bowls, because mosquitoes lay eggs on standing water.
When this death, which is tragic, it also serves as a reminder, all these tips you just gave us, we need to take seriously. Thanks, Shadi. And most people are infected with West Nile during the peak mosquito season between June and October. As of October 22nd, 17 human West Nile infections have been confirmed in California. New at 6, Reading police say a traffic stop on Interstate 5 led to the seizure of 2 ounces of fentanyl and several illegal guns. Take a look here. This is what they say they found Anthony Cloyd and Cassie Rayner with when they pulled them over on the highway near Knighton Road late last night. Police say Cloyd and Rayner were involved in transporting and selling drugs. Both suspects are facing multiple felony charges. California is continuing work to address the homeless crisis. Governor Newsom has now announced that he is creating a statewide task force to clear encampments and provide services. The State Action for Facilitation on Encampments, or SAFE, task force consists of agencies including the Office of Emergency Services, Health and Human Services, California Highway Patrol, among others. The task force will first focus on clearing out encampments in the state's 10 largest cities, along with addressing housing, shelter, and mental health needs. New at 6, more than $1 million is headed to Chico State University to support agriculture infrastructure projects. Now, it comes as part of an $80 million award announced today by Governor Gavin Newsom, which aims to drive economic growth and job creation across the state. Chico State is one of 11 projects to get funding from this award, which will go towards supporting implementation of ag tech among farmers, including sustainable irrigation equipment and fenceless cattle grazing. The funding is set to begin distribution in October. A Red Bluff pizzeria is speaking out, the owners are at least tonight, to make other local businesses aware that counterfeit money is going around. Action News Now reporter Blake Mayfield visited E's Locker Room, where they recently received a fake $100 bill.
E's Locker Room here in Red Bluff recently accepted a fake $100 bill. It wasn't until the owners went to deposit the money on Monday morning that they were made aware of the counterfeit bill. E's front house assistant manager says the cashier did use a pin that helps detect counterfeit money when they accepted the bill. Unfortunately, the pen did not detect that this bill in particular was counterfeit. Because of this, Ease says that they're getting a new counterfeit bill scanner machine to help prevent something like this from happening again. The Red Bluff Chamber of Commerce says that while these incidents are rare in the community, businesses should remain on high alert when accepting $20, $50, or $100 bills. They say to look for color-shifting ink and examine security threads when you hold a bill up to a light. Those are usually the easiest ways for you to detect counterfeit money. Reporting in Red Bluff, I'm Blake Mayfield, Action News Now.
E's Locker Room says another Red Bluff business fell victim to counterfeit money just a couple of weeks ago. A major drug and gun seizure took place in Yuba County. Take a look at this. This is what the Yuba County Sheriff's Office says that its POP team found after serving a search warrant at a home in Olivehurst. 7 assault rifles, 8 handguns, 2 pounds of opium, and nearly $40,000 in cash. Deputies arrested Kuldeep Singh on illegal drug and gun charges. Still to come, a pause on penalties for oil companies, why California officials say it could make things cheaper at the pump. But first, giving back to students in need. We'll show you the supply drive helping kids in the Chico Unified School District.